Hey watch aficionados, I hope you're all doing very, very well. What is it today? Wednesday the 14th of August. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, it's stillmoon_watches. And for those of you who don't follow me on YouTube, happy Wednesday. So guys, I thought I'd make the long-awaited video in terms of the watch that I've selected. You know, I can't promise that it's the watch that I walk away from the hobby with, but it's certainly a watch where it ticks everything I need for now. Hoping I don't spill this hot coffee on myself. I've tried to make this video 2 times in the last 2 weeks. One time I was away with the holiday, I got ready, it was the perfect setting, took everything with me, got ready to record, got the stand ready. Didn't bring the microphone. This little thing connected to my iPhone because I'm too lazy to use the camera nowadays. I didn't bring the microphone. I thought, oh, I'll try to record via the AirPod Pros. They don't record in video apparently. So I thought, okay, I'll wait until the next weekend. I'll do my video next weekend. The weekend just gone. I went to a resort with the family. A resort which I just didn't really enjoy. I couldn't find the right place. I couldn't even find the right vibe. My vibe was in fact ruined due to the place where I was staying. It was a 5-star resort, but I couldn't wait to get out of there. I'm usually the guy requesting late checkout, which I did get. I did request it, but only out of sheer principle. I ended up just getting out the next day, just get me back home. I do hear music. I remember I recorded here when I was talking about the bluesy. I don't remember the music being as loud, but hopefully the microphone is close enough to my mouth so that you guys are picking up what I'm saying. You know, sometimes I like to come to this beach club here on the Palm in Dubai just to sort of get away from things, just to disconnect. I feel like at the moment I had such a great time being away and I'm struggling to get back into the routine of work, honestly speaking. I'm struggling to get back into the routine of work. It's August, it's hot, kids are out of school, mayhem at home. I'm even bored with the gym routine for now, although I am still going to the gym, I'm enjoying it. There are a few injuries which are plaguing me. Usually when I'm injured, I just start training other things more, and then the bits that are inflamed or injured, I train around them. You know, people always say, what do you do for injuries? You train around them. Anyways, as you can all tell, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really delaying, you know, the reveal in terms of the watch I got. So I'm gonna reveal it, and then I'm gonna sort of compare it, why I like it, what it does for me, and everything else. So I think without further ado, wait, let me just have another sip of coffee. It'll be a quick sip of coffee if I stop talking. Wait a minute. My goodness, I'm going to do this now. All right, guys, here we go. In the lighting, it might come across as the new Bruce Wayne, but it's not. It's a Batgirl on the Jubilee, everyone. It's a Batgirl on the Jubilee. Welcome to 2024, welcome to the Steel Moon stables, or Michael Steel Moon stables. And this is it, guys, this is it. I mean, the journey of this watch, or how I got to this watch, it spanned across gold watches, white gold watches, two-tone watches, Oyster Flex watches, just everything, you know, in terms of everything that I'm doing recently, why I sold off my stuff. Obviously I'm doing refurbishments. In fact, across 2 properties. So it's kind of like being double spanked. And now that things are chugging along quite nicely, I just wanted a fresh start. I didn't want to go buy back older stuff that I had. I loved it, I enjoy it, I have nothing bad to say about it. I wanted a new skin. I wanted to shed the old stuff. I felt like I needed to. It was I was in a bit of a rut, so I was like, just get rid of everything. Let's start fresh. I'll see how I feel, and we'll go from there. So what did I consider? Maybe we should go over what I considered first. I was really considering a two-tone GMT, I don't know what you even call it, but you know the one I mean, the gold in the middle, black face, two-tone GMT on the Jubilee. That's what I was really considering, but then I said it before in a video, I just didn't like it the gold just didn't translate as well as, say, the bluesy. So I considered that. I did consider a bluesy as well. I really like the bluesy, but I think I wanted a Jubilee this time, especially when I tried it on properly, a Jubilee sized. It just feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. So I put the bluesy to one side, a watch which I was an inch from buying, and then I thought, do I need to go this far? But I really wanted it, and a lot of you in the comment section were so almost right in terms of what I went with there. Was the Yachtmaster 40 or 42 on the Oyster Flex. I wore that. I've tried that watch on several times, and I really liked it. I love the stealthy look about it. I like the matte bezel. It's like a sub, pretty much, but just a little bit prettier. Honestly speaking, in the last moment, I thought, do I need to spend that much for the watch to give me what I want it to give me? And I just, part of me really wanted it, and part of me was sort of going, just calm yourself down a bit. But I really wanted that watch. I thought this is maybe where I'll end up, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So after that, I revisited old grounds. I moved on to looking at the Smurf, the original Smurf. I've always had a soft spot for the Smurf. But then I thought, again, yeah, it's nice, but I just don't think the Smurf does much more than this does, really. In terms of it just being white gold, I don't think it does much more than this. I did want something louder. I wanted something a little bit louder, but classically louder. You know, not shouting. And I definitely didn't want PCLs. So I didn't want the Oyster with PCLs, you know. I did have, you know, the thoughts about a Daytona, for example. You know, should I get a Daytona, a 116, or whichever one? Should I go to that route? Do you really like Daytonas, Michael? I'm not the biggest chrono fan, if I'm honest with you. The Daytona appeal is that it's so iconic. It's the one to have, and it's like this legend of a watch. But you know, for me, it's not that clear to tell the time. I don't always want to tell the time really quickly, but I like to have a nice watch face, which is about telling time. I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that. I also wanted something a little bit more masculine looking than the Daytona. I think the Daytona is very pretty. I just don't think it's the most masculine looking watch. If I did go down the Daytona route, it would have been the black one. I just think the black one is a little bit more classic. I'm not the biggest fan of the Panda with the black ceramic. It's nice, but it's kind of being done a lot now. You've got the Seamasters doing it, and it's a bit, I guess the word, and I hate to use this word, but it's a bit gimmicky maybe. I like the black one. It's just more classic. It's probably the reason why I've always preferred the classic steel Daytonas, the full steel, stainless steel Daytonas with the stainless steel bezels. I've always preferred them. But again, they're a bit smaller, the Daytonas. They were on a small side. Plus, there was one thing I found out about Daytonas that I never knew. They're a bit lopsided, the lugs, right? They're lopsided, the lugs. And whilst that wasn't the reason I didn't buy a Daytona, it was very interesting, and it did kind of make me slow down a little bit once I found out the Daytona lugs were a bit lopsided to accommodate the crowns on the right side of it. So guys, anyway, let's not go into it too much. This becomes a stablemate for the Panerai 233. In fact, I've been giving the Panerai 233 a bit of a rest. I took it with me on holiday for 3 weeks, and I think we saw enough of each other for a bit where I just need a little bit of a break at the moment. Plus, the weather here doesn't lend itself too well to a kind of leathery strap. It's hot outside, cold inside, wrists swell, wrists shrink. It just gets a bit annoying after a while. So guys, why this watch? And why not the Pepsi, for example? Why not the Pepsi? I spent enough time with a Rolex Pepsi in general. I had the 5-digit Pepsi beforehand, the 16710. I had that watch. I've had many Pepsi ceramics before. I haven't worn them on a daily basis, but I've worn them enough. And ownership with a Pepsi, there was one thing that always, I guess, maybe bothered me about the Pepsi. Whilst I appreciate it in stock photos and when someone else is wearing it, I really, really appreciate it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful watch. The red seems to annoy me after a while. I think mainly, you know, us humans, instinctively we are wired to react to red in a certain way. It's usually a color of warning or danger. And I think subconsciously the red was just annoying me to that extent that where every time I looked at the watch, I saw the red before I saw the dial on the Pepsi. Or I'd see the red bezel on the Pepsi, and then I'd see the red GMT hand on the Pepsi, and then I'd see the dial. Not that one was blocking the other, but that was usually the chronological order to which the mind was interacting with the dial. It was like bezel, red hand, time. Now, I told my wife this. She thinks I'm crazy anyway. So let's just tell her more stuff that's crazy, right? I mean, I've got nothing to lose. You're married to me now anyway. And she said, you know what, I understand you. I was like, you understand me? She was like, you know, it's like when I get red nail polish, manicure, whatever. After 1 or 2 days, I just want it off me because I'm tired of seeing the red. Red nail polish or red lipstick, whatever. It's nice for a short while, but then you kind of just don't want to see it. You want to break, you want to go for something a little bit that kind of blends in or is a bit more relaxed, more casual. And when she said that, it kind of underlined everything that I've been feeling about the Pepsi. Like, yes, you understand about the red, albeit in a completely different manner, but yes, red. Red is the color here we're discussing. And that was one thing certainly about the Pepsi, which I thought, whilst the Pepsi is maybe more beautiful in stock photos, in terms of how I interact with the watch on a daily basis, I prefer it to be a bit louder, but maybe a little bit more discreet. And I think the Batgirl does that really, really well. The Batgirl does that really, really well. I said to someone else talking not long ago, and for me, what I like about the Batgirl is because I don't really see the bezel that much, or I don't really see the GMT hand that much, like I had to look for it there. I kind of get a Submariner date experience with the Jubilee. But when I go out here in the sun, I'll have a pop of color in terms of blue, and I have the pop of color in terms of the GMT hand. And that is how I would summarize my Batgirl experience. I feel that I'm genuinely wearing a sub date on a Jubilee. Bit more comfortable, and okay, the bezel is a little bit more busy, but it kind of works. And before I got the Batgirl, I always looked at the Batgirl as the Porsche, you know, the Porsche Carrera S, and the Pepsi was like the 4S or the GTS, and this was the 4S. Whatever, it was always just a little bit that step higher, a little bit more in demand. And I get why. The Pepsi is very beautiful. It is a very beautiful watch. And even though the new 6-digit Pepsi is a little bit duller in terms of color, the red isn't so red, so contrasty red as the one I had, the 5-digit. I just think that for the extra, it really didn't bring that much value, and this can really go discreet. I mean, here, if I just go this way, it just looks dark, just dark on a Jubilee. And that to me is a huge selling point for the Batgirl, because I feel that with the Batgirl, I really won't tire compared to the Pepsi. The Pepsi, I was tiring at times. I was wanting to throw on a darker watch. When I had my Pepsi pre-ceramic and I put on the black sub, I was like, ooh. Plus blue is my favorite color. Blue is my favorite color. For me, this is the year of blue at the moment. At the moment, I might be looking for a blue car even. Well, I'm getting a bit crazy about blue. So, you know, feel free to type away in the comment section about the madness, but I like blue. I like blue, and this just has the right balance in terms of pop, in terms of discreet. I didn't want the, a lot of people say, oh, you know, maybe the Oyster bracelet. I didn't want the PCLs. I really like the Jubilee. And the fit on this watch, I'm relieved, is very good. The fit on this watch in terms of my wrist is very good. On really hot days, it can be a little bit tight, but I had that with my 14060M. It was okay. The 14060M was still the watch forged in Mordor for me, but I think this is really close behind it. It's really, really balanced, really good. Really quite happy with it. So I'm relieved about that, because as a lot of you will remember, I had that saga with the GP. I had the saga with my both pre-ceramic Pepsis. There was another watch which I had to sell. There was Submariner Date 5-digit. I had a few of these experiences where the fit wasn't there, and for me it sits on my mind during the day. I feel it, it annoys me, it's on the top of my mind, I can't wear it. It has to blend into my day. So guys, that's kind of the reveal. I will compare this to a 6-digit Pepsi in an upcoming video, I will. But, you know, I think without forgetting too much, which I'm sure there's a lot I've forgotten, and this video is already 17 minutes long, I wanted to do the reveal on the Batgirl. I did consider a sub day as well, but I thought I wanted to get away from the sub day. It's a great watch, the sub day is awesome. I think the sub date does everything really, really well. It's not excellent in what I need it to be excellent at. And the Batgirl, whilst it's not as much of a daily as the sub date, for me, in terms of the direction I want to go in life right now, the Batgirl ticks those particular boxes better than the sub date does for me. The sub date, and I did want to, like I say, shed the skin off the old watches. I didn't want to go back to something I've had before. I've had this now for 2 months. I've had this for 2 months. I wanted to test it for a few weeks. I took it with me abroad to a wedding. That was a great experience. You know, part of the new way that I'll probably be wearing the nicer watches is being more picky about when I wear them. You know, some days, like today I woke up on a Wednesday, I wasn't really in the best mood. I was a bit like, got stuff on my mind. Gotta get this video out. I didn't want an Apple Watch today. Resting from the Panerai. I'm gonna take the Batgirl obviously because I'm gonna get the video out. I'm wearing my linen shirt, going to a sort of beach club. It's nice, it's nice. So, you know, admittedly I do still browse some stuff, but I don't browse watch content nowhere near as much as I used to, guys. So, you know, I'm gonna let you all digest this. Let me know in the comment section what you think, how you think it looks. I think it looks really nice in this lighting. I'm very happy with the watch. The Pepsi for me just didn't bring the value that the extra price commands, and you know, the colouring for this, the sub feel, just very happy with it, guys. And you know, a lot of people will say stuff like never meet a hero or give it a longer. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But I certainly am not as about watches like I used to be. So, thanks, guys. I look forward to catching up with you in the next video. Have a great week. Bye.